earrings.
All right, we're going. Hooray.
I
There's people
accidentally
filtering here.
went inside a Michael's yesterday and accidentally spent a lot of money.
Oh,
I have that
no.
problem a lot.
Whoops, how did that get there?
Me
I
and
treated
craft
myself
stores.
to new fall decor from the grocery store. Their
Ooh.
seasonal aisle was on sale, and there was some really cute stuff. I couldn't help myself.
Amazing.
Excellent.
I love all of it. We used to have a local craft store called Pat
that doesn't do
Catan's. Like no one
I know
knows.
Pat
You know
Catan's.
Pat Catan's because you're
I
in
know Pat
Ohioan.
Catan's. That's
When
cheating.
they
I'm local.
closed, there's this amazing like tribute video about like my heart is broken because Pat Catan's is closed, and like I'll have to send it to you, Sarah. It's hilarious.
Please do. Please do. I would love that.
But like all of us Ohioans were like, yeah. Michael's, Joanne Fabrics, they're not the same.
Yeah.
And I
Our
will
Joanne's
not go in a
Fabrics
Hobby
is
Lobby.
closed. No, I don't like Hobby Lobby.
I don't even have one super close to me, so like it's not even something I would like think of.
Yeah.
But yes, also.
I think it's fabulous that Hobby Lobby has. There's a whole book I read about called like Hobby Lobby Nation, but it was looking at the investment in manuscripts and the looting and all of that, and also tax laundering. You know,
Yeah.
amping up
really
the value
well
for
engineering.
taxes and accessibility for scholars. And I love that they just discovered that a bunch of their like papyri are fake. Couldn't
Yeah.
have happened to nicer people.
Yeah, that was from a couple years ago, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
We are making our way now to like more memories of To the Moon, and we are eventually, pretty soon, going to arrive at the heavier stuff of the game.
That's what I'm here for.
Feelings. So many feelings.
I mean, I can be comic relief or I can say smart things. Can I do both?
I had to like become
Probably.
smart to solve that clock puzzle briefly. All right,
All right.
let's go back.
My
I'm
clock puzzle.
slowly getting my head back on straight. So yeah, hello friends. We kind of came barreling right into. Brian was like, "I'm taking us live," and then we were like talking about Pat Catan's, the craft store, which no
All
longer
right,
does.
notice how
Rest
we
in
are now
peace.
in the little kid timeline.
Mm-hmm. Big leap.
It is a big leap back.
Yeah.
Are we in a theater? Or are we?
It is a movie
Theater.
theater.
Holy overcooked macaroni.
The kid's in the
Also,
theater
that's
by
like-
himself. What a loser. I will say, I like seeing movies by myself now.
Yeah, I get that.
That's great.
I will admit I like even better just me and Abby. But by myself is possible, and I feel good about it. Too bad.
Yeah. All right, folks.
I'm also
I'm
pleasant.
being
like,
swanky
happy to eat
tonight.
by myself. It's good to eat with people.
Nice,
Also good to
Dana.
eat alone.
Some raspberry lambic
Swanky.
Delicious.
right out of the
I'm
bottle,
out.
which is a little less fancy, but.
I'm being as
I'm
unswanky
gonna
as
mute my
possible.
mic.
Oh, wait, what flavor is that, peach?
Hey, I'm gonna mute my mic to the stream
Nice.
for 1 second. Those of you on the call are gonna hear me order children up to bed. Addie's not home yet, and I realized I didn't put the kids to bed because she said she would be. I'm gonna order them upstairs.
We can talk to everybody.
All right, let's keep going.
That could be 5 more years. They're almost done brushing their teeth. There's no way of knowing how long it will be.
There is no way
Some
of knowing
say
how long
this.
it will be. That's correct.
Some say they're still brushing to this day.
They could be. Naomi accidentally brushed her teeth for like an hour the other day because she got distracted and just kind of sat there with the toothbrush in her mouth.
I mean,
Yep,
there's
I
some
get
of
it.
us.
I'm just waiting for my child not to, melt down into puddles every time I have to brush his teeth. Because he hates it.
I wish I could promise you that there was a magic time that was guaranteed.
Yeah. One day.
It's funny to me
yeah.
that we're just removing people here.
Well, they didn't really exist. It's fine.
Right. It
We're in the
reminds me
pensive.
of that. There's a plugin
This
for
is
Final
like
Fantasy
spooky season
1
music.
that if you get annoyed by like random NPCs in your way in the randomizer for FF1, talking to somebody will just murder them off the screen so you can not have to deal with them anymore.
I don't like that.
It's especially nice for the bats in Earth Cave, actually.
my goodness.
I like in Stardew Valley, you just push into them until they become a pass-through. Yeah. And then they go faster. I like that. They make Pam get to the bus faster.
Hello, friends. Hello, Anthony Dennis. Thanks for showing up to our stream on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
How did
That
that
was
go?
so fun.
Tuesday.
It was
It
really
was so fun.
It was very, very cool.
The music for that game is awesome.
Yeah, I really
I don't
enjoyed
know
it.
that I'd want to play it based on the gameplay that I saw.
No, I
But
enjoyed the soundtrack though. I'm talking about
I enjoyed the
it was a lot
soundtrack
of
a
fun.
lot.
I think I would probably play it.
Didn't do great when it came out.
Which
A
is,
lot of folks found gameplay to be kind of clunky.
I think I would play it. I would try it anyway.
Guys, you gotta watch the game.
Yes, this is it.
Is this Baby River?
Yep.
Yes, Baby River! Music. Music of this game. Like, maybe because it's been a part of my life for 10 years now, which is weird to say, but like, I've so latched onto it. And I'm like, this song just...
Gives you feels.
And also like the spooky music that I was playing. I love that so much.
Yeah. I gotta add that to my like Halloweeny VGM playlist that I have.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm gonna do that right now.
We were
Because I
watching a movie
never
together,
remember to
and
add
then
things.
I love
I
this
love River so much.
miscommunication about
Yeah.
watching the movie together.
Yeah.
That's like something I do all the time. And then I'm like,
What difference does it make? Yeah.
yeah, like we're watching it at the same time. We're watching it together.
Moon. Question is it gonna have like an obvious title, like movie theater? Probably
Well, no,
not.
it's the same like spooky music. Anytime something is like mystery, it's the same mystery music.
Yeah, I don't know the titles well enough to know what it's gonna be.
It's a short enough soundtrack, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the simplicity of it. This is like a 4-ish hour game, and there's not really variations in the music. Like it's just, this is the mysterious track, this is the whatever track.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate that Ken Gao, like he didn't do lots of variations, just that's the music.
I think part
It's
of that
almost like
is
it's
certainly
direct
budget,
communication.
right?
It's like, it's a little bit budget, and it's a little bit like he's not a trained like musician, like who knows how to like do all this, like the different remixes. But it works really well, like for what this is, you know. Just it's a nice little 4-hour visual
is,
novel. Like, just keep it simple.
It also sort of makes sense from what I've seen, what we've been talking about with the themes of this game, with autism, with it not being directly said but being explicitly said outside of the game. With other things not being articulated and named in the game, keeping those sorts of musical communication very direct and very clear allows more brain space for people to be thinking into the nuance of other things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, is this a school?
Yep, we're in school now.
Oh no.
It's a baby river.
No, I don't want to go back to school.
Oh,
That's not true. I'd go back to school anytime if it was fully funded.
I would go back to grad school, but I would not go back to high school.
I would not go back to grad school. College, yes. Undergrad, I guess.
I would
I would go
audit
back
everything
to-
and just like go learn things, but I don't want to go back to writing papers.
Yeah, fair. I was thinking today about how my job as a research librarian, like, I'm really good at doing homework. Like my thing today, I put together like a presentation. Like I'm teaching like library skills for this theater class, and they have to do like a project and a presentation. So I kind of do like my own version of the assignment, and I teach them the skills to go along with it. Here's all the tools. And I was like, wait, so my job is just be really good at everyone's homework, no matter the class?
Yes.
I made it.
I do remember you do just have to go ask. If I can give some advice to dudes here, just go ask. Quit being nervous. I agree with Nicholas here. What's the worst thing that can happen? You know, caveat: you got to be polite and you have to accept no. But
Right.
But you can go ask, right? I remember when I got to college, my fraternity brothers were talking about this lady that everybody wanted to date, and I was like, okay, so who's asking her out? And they were like, no, that's not how it works.
You're like, it does though. It's
Okay, but
almost
like,
exactly
how does it work
works.
then? Right?
You can do what I did and put a note to the guy in some Van Halen CDs that your friend is loaning him. And that's how I asked Ben out. And today is our 15th wedding anniversary. So that also, high rate of success.
Nice.
Happy anniversary.
Congratulations,
Happy
Sarah.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
as I've already made this joke to Brian, but that is the watch anniversary or the crystal anniversary. So you can do both by watching the Dark Crystal.
We are going.
Amazing.
We are going out to a fancy dinner tomorrow, not tonight. But I was like,
I got a
Dana will
text
know
this
where to
morning.
go.
Dana, we're going to Cleveland. What restaurants? I'm like, okay, what vibe do we want? I have
Right.
like.
Oh, you gave us a
18
list, and like
Well,
Ben and I are
then
like
I had to
whittling
stop
it down.
myself because you were like, I'm gonna show these 3 to Ben, and I was like, oh, I had like 8 more I was gonna send you.
That's too many. We're actually going. We narrowed it down to like 2, and I picked the first place you sent us,
The French place.
Zabatful, because we did. That just was like.
That's worthy of like a nice anniversary. A lot of people do it as like a pre like Cleveland Orchestra at Severance Hall like thing because it's really close. Really good food. You are not going to be unhappy.
I am.
If you order, you have to order the goat cheese tart first of all.
I promise I will order the goat cheese tart.
It was so good, Sarah. I wanted to order like 3 more of that appetizer as my main. That's how good it is.
Nice.
Okay,
I
I
also
will
like
order
this
it.
interaction about reading the book, by the way, for Elizabeth
Yes.
in chat.
Sorry, there was lighthouses.
The book
There's
is about
always the lighthouses.
Yeah, lighthouses are a big theme in the game, right?
Yep. She just likes lighthouses.
I mean, who can blame River for liking a lighthouse? They provide light. They look cool on the coast.
Oh, specificity is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You like which movie, for instance, right? Which is conveniently not named.
That makes it a timeless story. It could be any movie, anytime.
Right. I think that's the reason to avoid having to name something, yes. Though Johnny and River do exist in a specific time as well, right? Like,
Yes.
Brian, I forget, have you played the whole series?
no, I'm about halfway to 2/3 of the way through Finding Paradise, and I haven't played Game 3.
What's game 3 again?
Imposter or something. Imposter
The
Factory?
Imposter Factory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't have that one.
I think that they can both be set in a time, but also by not naming exactly which movie, it allows for a little bit of like, they're all people in my time, like, because you don't think about it really specifically, and it's
Right.
just like they're old people
Right.
in our time, but I don't need a specific date.
That's the spirit. But I highly recommend playing the whole series.
It's on my list, and I may use this as an excuse to finish the rest of the series now.
Yeah.
But they each explore something different. What I'll know about Finding Paradise so far, and this is like the opening 10 minutes, so I'm not spoiling big stuff there for anybody who wants to go play the sequel, is that this game is about people with emotional problems, and separately, about navigating autism spectrum stuff. Finding Paradise is about like the old person who is dying, the John of that game, has had a pretty good life, really. And it examines like the morality of this machine in the context of somebody who doesn't have to solve a problem. Right? Because
Yeah.
this is effectively like a fancy form of therapy for John in the end, right?
Yeah, it's palliative therapy.
Right?
Sneaky pizzicato.
No,
well,
that's
then,
My next band name.
I'm gonna say this like as unspoilery as possible. But so the third game, like going kind of in this vein of like the main themes, the third game focuses on the scientists and how kind of they feel about it and the ethics that they struggle with.
Nice.
That's cool.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so like I feel like it's a very different experience if you just play the first two and the mini-sids in between, and then it like kind of becomes like this very different and very fully fleshed out experience when you play the third one.
That's
Nice.
cool.
By the way,
See, this is particularly Halloweeny with that bell
I love it so
tone
much.
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
and the pizzicato, right?
Yep.
Spooky high arco violin. But yeah, that bell tone, it reminds me of well, like Burton stuff, obviously.
I was
but-
gonna say like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Nightmare Before Christmas. But also, oh gosh, one of the levels in Mario Odyssey has that same kind of
Mhm.
going on. Is it the first one? Is it just the Hat World? I feel like it's that one.
I think so, yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
when another game's music is playing to
Right.
like call
Fair.
it up in my head.
Yeah.
So I love that all of this is like actual fun facts, by the way.
Yeah, this is Columbus, right? Like,
Mm-hmm. Quick sidebar. Another game whose like Halloweeny music absolutely slaps is A Hat in Time.
The Hat in Time?
I haven't played that
A Hat
yet.
in
I
Time.
like A Hat in Time. I
Yeah,
actually
it's
think the quality of the platforming there is slightly overhyped, but it's a very good game nonetheless.
Yeah. It's a lovely indie game. Like, it's full of heart.
Turn that up
yeah,
to
the
add
3D
to my-
platforming is oof. But everything else about it is like an absolute delight.
Alright, I'm gonna throw this A Hat in Time soundtrack. I'm putting it in the chat
The soundtrack's
while
very
I
good.
pull up something else and then go back to that.
Oh no, gym class.
And Adrian. Can't believe the Cortlands are triangles in his
Or
head.
rectangles in his
Gym
head.
class for me is
Right here,
very
rectangles.
like
The
Did I
gym.
misread that?
very tied to the song Achy Breaky Heart
Oh, weird. not
because
me.
I had a gym teacher in elementary school that was obsessed with it, and then when we went to middle school, he switched to the middle school job, and so
Oh,
it
no.
followed us.
Oh,
He would make us like run laps to it, and only
What a
that song,
terrible
not
index
other
of
Billy
vocals.
Ray Cyrus.
Did you
Like
click
just
on the piano? I
that
forget.
one.
No,
That's
you can't do anything
disturbing.
With the piano.
It was
Okay.
a lot.
It would have made sense if you were doing like line dancing, but just
And
run
we did line
laps to
dancing, but
music?
it was like to like fiddle like Virginia Reel, you know.
That's
Those
slightly
were just like
better.
Here's the
pre-made
last one in the
recordings that would tell you what to
cafeteria,
do. Yeah, so I would like. There's a reason I don't really love that style of '90s country,
Okay.
and it took me
I
a long
can think of
time.
several.
It took me a long time to come back to country, and it wasn't until I took a Roots of Rock class in undergrad with Mary Davis at Case, and I heard like Hank Williams and like Jimmy Rogers. I was like, oh, I don't hate country. I just hate a specific era of country that I was overexposed to.
That's
Yes.
fair.
My question is,
That is very
how
fair.
old are the kids right now that they can talk about dating and asking somebody to the movie, but they don't know what a platypus is?
Could be 5th grade.
Wait,
Yeah.
I was
Fifth or
thinking
sixth
middle
grade.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like when
pretty
you're
sure I
12,
knew what
you're
a
like,
platypus
go
was
on a
by middle
date.
school.
I actually have a funny story about going to a movie as a like quasi date in 5th grade with it was like a group of friends, but there was like, folks that liked each other on said date.
They
And
like each other.
yeah, they there was like feeling it out, right? And the girl that lived across the street from me had a crush on this boy, and we went to the movie. It was Titanic. And when Leo, spoiler alert, dies, she starts sobbing, and the boy made fun of her, so that relationship didn't pan out.
Well, at least she dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Found out early.
Yeah.
Titanic was a lot of folks in like our generation's first rated R movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm amazed I was able to go see. I guess I would have been
Or was
11.
it PG-13 despite having nudity? Is that how it
I
shook
don't
out?
remember.
I mean, it's
I don't think I had to have
tasteful
special
upper
permission.
half, so.
Yeah, I think it might have been PG-13.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen all of Titanic because
I
I
have
think
never seen
that scene when I was a kid, and I just
Yeah, it was
never watched it.
PG-13.
I don't
Also, we had
think
the
it
VHS, you
should
had to
have
flip
been
over the VHS.
PG-13, even by the standards the year it was released.
Do you think it should have been R?
Yes.
Sure.
And
They maybe figured that with it being, what, a 3-hour movie, that, like, a lot of younger folks wouldn't even go.
right. No, and I'm not being a prude about it. It's just because there's like the tasteful drawing scene that's sexy, but also not like as male gazy as it could
Paint
be.
me like one of your
right?
French girls.
But it's the scene in the car, closer to the end
Yeah,
of the movie.
Yeah.
Her scene's pretty.
It's pretty explicit there.
Yeah.
That's the part I've never seen. They fast forward
The handprint.
Right,
And
the
the
steamy
steamed-up car.
handprint, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where I'm like, I don't
what
know
happened there.
exactly what they're doing, but like, I have like a vibe, right? I
You're
have
like,
a
oh,
vibe
you
with
know
it.
what
You
they're
have an
doing.
idea. You have a thought. I've never watched it. I did it on purpose because I got so oversaturated with it without having seen it that I could not bear to watch it.
Mhm.
It was just everywhere so much that I was like, no, I
We
can't.
actually saw it recently because Joe's pandemic project was working his way through the AFI film, like Hot 100 film list or whatever it is. Hot 100 is
Okay.
Billboard, but you know, Titanic was on there and he had never seen it. So I was like, oh man, like I had forgotten a good amount of that movie, but also like other parts I had never forgotten. Some of the costumes live in my
I
brain.
said hi, by the way.
Hello.
But
Oh, high school. That's where we're at now. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's a bastard.
Everyone's a bastard.
But hey, welcome to the club.
I wasn't a bastard.
Oh.
Is this what he told her about at the cliff?
I like that flash forward moment.
Right, the flashback becomes a flash forward, which is really fun.
Yeah, and then like, oh, the rabbits. Like that's when the rabbits happen.
Because he confessed this from who knows how long ago.
Hmm.
Because she's pretty good at holding a grudge. Yeah, no, this is not it.
Look at a hat, Sherlock. What an insult.
Are we short One Piece yet? Yes, we are.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, we gotta make our way around yet.
Yeah, that is a long friendship.
Yeah, I'm not in contact with a lot of my friends from early days. Only one from before, like, junior high or so.
Yeah, I'm only friends with one of my friends from high school. Though, I made a funny but sad realization like recently. It's like my high school boyfriend and I were like on good terms, but like we haven't talked in like a long time. And I definitely don't still have his number. And then I realized he deleted his Facebook account, and I was like, I have no way to get in touch with this person. Like that's a weird feeling.
It is
Yeah.
a weird feeling. I have a really eclectic ex from early college that never really did social media, and I always wonder what he's up to because he was just like really, really smart and like would not surprise me if he was like, you know, getting a PhD at Harvard or like had joined a commune. Like both
Yeah.
both are equally likely given how he was.
I didn't point this
So-
out last week, by the way.
I wish I knew where he
But
was.
the pacing of the Dragon Ball Z jokes from Neil Watts here is specifically
good.
designed to break emotional tension for you.
Yeah.
Right? Every time he does it, something important either just happened or is about to happen. It's never like a normal
yeah.
memory skip.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's go back one more.
Taika Waititi took notes from him.
the Dragon Ball Z references.
I meant with emotional pacing.
Oh, I was like, I don't.
think.
Yes,
Maybe
yes,
there are
Dragon Ball Z
Kamehamehas in like
Thanks, Ed.
his, you know, other stuff.
I was just like, what director is really good at emotional pacing? Taika Waititi.
Man, I'm so pleased to figure that out. Okay. Also,
You've
there's
done
been a
it.
lovely platter of like mushrooms and nice-looking food set next to me on my left now, because Addie just got home. I'm very excited to see what that is.
Nice.
But I'm gonna keep playing for a little bit first.
Hey, Elizabeth, you're gonna be at GSC?
Yeah. I need to book the hotel and flights, but yes.
I booked my flight, but I'm figuring out where I'm sleeping. But I will also be
I
there.
haven't done any of that. I need to.
I need to
Does
fill
anyone
out
want-
the.
Yeah, does anyone want a hotel room? Split some
I
coffee.
mean, I
maybe
usually
one,
let a bunch of
Elizabeth.
people crash in mine, Elizabeth. And as long as like you don't mind sharing a bed, I usually just get two fulls or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm down to go splitsies with anyone.
Because I think Sarah and Ryan have already claimed spots in our room, but
Yeah.
you can join the fray if you like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
which
totally.
means like we can all go to Porto's for breakfast together.
Yes, Portos.
Amazing.
Which we have to do both days.
Yes.
I don't know anything about this except that you guys are so excited to eat there again, and that alone is enough to have me excited.
I don't know if we'll actually be able to do it like on the day of our actual thing because I have to be there the whole time. But
I will
Yeah.
run
I guess if
early
we
for
went
you.
super early.
Portos is a Dana tier bakery, everybody.
it's great. It's great.
Ooh. I was like, I just keep hearing about it. Like, it's been years. I just hear, like, Dana brings up Portos, and I'm like, yeah, someday I'll go there. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was really good.
someday might be coming up.
Sounds really good.
So did you all catch
They
that from
they
last
do
week,
ship
by the way?
nationally, but it's expensive enough, and they ship it in dry ice that I like haven't thrown down
No,
for
that's
it. But
not
I've
the
thought
same.
about it. I've thought about getting like a 12-pack of those guava cheese strudel things, and like, just having them in my freezer. But I'm like, I have not pulled the trigger on that, but I've thought about it.
That sounds good. But to Ryan's question about the game, which we were
Yes.
playing.
Yes, did you all
yes,
catch the mom is still calling him Joey,
Mhm.
right, as opposed to Johnny?
And now we are back in, like, middle school years, or, yeah, high school, middle school.
My
It's
dearest
like, wow.
Joe only became Joe like as a 20-something when he started going to the nerd bar where we met. His whole family calls him Joseph.
Joseph.
They like never nicknamed him.
All right, one more. Dusty pile of Animorphs books.
Yay!
Yeah, I like that the Animorphs have a couple different appearances here.
I feel like at this age, like it's got to be Animorphs or the other franchise that works, I think, just as well if they would have gone this way is Goosebumps would work just as well.
Yeah.
There's the pickles, or the pickled olives!
It's pickled olives.
Ah!
All right, and the soccer balls are memory here.
Delicious.
Mom's obsessed
loving
with
all
pickled
of
olives. I got the soccer ball. I got Animorphs. So
Right.
that's
We have everything we need.
that nothing bad will happen. No, sir.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Also, this puzzle annoys me because it's like gray on black and white, and I'm like, I actually struggle with this one because I can't see.
Yeah, I
it's
get that.
Not very contrasty.
I forget how to do it too,
And that's not how accessible game design works.
but this
Right.
will get the
What if
job
it's
done.
intentionally inaccessible?
Right.
That could be too.
Actually,
If the-
I know where we're going next, and that could be the case.
yeah, I know where we're going next too, and I'm like, I mean, you know, sometimes like when a door is hard to get through, it's like maybe you don't want to get through that door.
Yeah.
The spooky.
Yep.
I'm like polishing my own syllabus. I'm still adjunct teaching a game audio class despite now having a full-time job, getting that money. Yeah, so I'm finessing my syllabus, and I'm like, how have I been like sleeping on all this good To the Moon stuff? It's like so simple and accessible, and just like a nice little master class, and like.
So we do have this question though: what is going on, right? Like we're in the Matrix simulacrum now.
Yes. Why are
It
we in?
smells like dead animal.
Yeah, it's blank white. There's a soccer ball and dead animal.
Yep.
Now a storm and the pulsating music. That's the get scootin' music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew was like wanting to thank me for various things, and I was like, I mean, if you want to buy me Portos, I wouldn't say no.
Nice.
I would not say no to that. Also,
we got a Ghibli
GameStop
reference.
falls
Sorry.
on my
We did,
birthday
yeah, why
this
is it
year,
going
so I'm
Laputa on
kind
us?
of hoping that I
Ghibli
don't have to
reference.
pay for meals that day.
Aw.
The machine doesn't link this memory the same as it does the other memories. So they clipped out of bounds, right? Like,
And malfunction. Again!
yeah.
I thought the patch was supposed to last.
I love how we're meta
Yeah.
complaining about our job now, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
IT, am I right?
Look, don't worry, we've already gotten the teenage years saved. We might still be able to do this.
Yeah, who needs a childhood? It's fine. It's whatever.
There's nothing we can do here. Ready to finalize?
Cool, Neil.
Alright, well, that's as far back as we can go.
Well, good thing there's only 2 acts in any given thing ever. This is
That's the
fine.
convention, right?
That's the convention.
Right.
Just 2. It's gonna end happily. Nothing bad will happen.
No. Everyone will fall in love and have babies and sing songs.
Ooh.
That
I was
is
saying
not
some
the
great-
trajectory that this has.
Guys, so
I-
you're hearing the rain in the game. I'm having an actual crazy thunderstorm outside right now. That's why I took off my headphones. I was like, what is that sound? So I'm getting
Nice.
like double a thunderstorm.
Nice.
Outstanding.
So, we've seen what we can of... We're back to the very first memory now, by the way, right? We're recording back to the first memory version of him. What memory do we change? Is the question, right? How do we get this guy to the moon?
Do we not lie about the Animorphs?
Well, link the desire to go to the moon to the early memories. Let's see. You can alter the world. Whom I wish here and now. That would work if this were one true set of memories. What am I? This is a copy, and we know this, right? Like, actual John is lying bedridden and sick.
You are merely an algorithm.
Right? Pretty soon we'll be saying that to AI constructs.
Yeah.
Shakespeare says hold no plume.
Alright. Well, that's the plan, anyway. Let's see how we've done.
Question: do we know what flavor of doctors these guys are?
Strawberry.
Music
Well,
theory.
like honorary.
No, I think they're like medical doctors of a sort.
Okay, so you think they're MD, not PhDs or
Yeah, I
PhDs
think.
or anything?
Or like psychiatrist, maybe?
Yeah, some sort of, whether that's mental health medicine or physical health medicine. It's
Yeah.
never specified, but it's the implication is that they are within the larger medical sphere, not academic scholars.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
So,
some kind of
science-
palliative.
It's also treated as this enterprise is legitimate. That's just something we have to accept for the fiction here.
Okay.
Yeah. It is some kind of palliative care. They are referred to as technicians. If you play any of the mini-sodes, you do get some insight into like that work life culture, which is interesting.
Yeah. So here's our sets of memories. That's every object we've interacted with so far, which is fun to see all at once.
And then it got eaten by the darkness.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate getting eaten by the darkness every time.
The gloom.
I like that Neil is just a floating head now, because it doesn't matter, right? There's no such thing as physical form in the space, so you can just be
Right.
wherever he wants.
A little
I
tadpole.
like being a head.
Eh.
Yeah, I know. When I played this, I definitely was like Eternal Sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Don't feel silly, Dr.
Passes
Rosalie.
desire from the latest memory to the earliest.
Like the floating heads.
Line up 2 matching mementos on the edges to transfer the registered desire.
Andrew, you think they're grad students?
It's funny.
So here, we can line up
Flower
the flowers and the bunny.
Oh.
There's
Okay.
the flowers.
Flowers.
That's enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and then you gotta get the other one to match too. But yeah.
Do I have to...
Well, because they all have to match across the board. Don't they? Wait.
No, I don't think so. I think
That
that's enough.
is a lie. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
did it on hard mode. I got them all to match.
Bunny,
That's hilarious.
bunny, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here we need the book, see? So there's only one correct solution. The bunny has to be up top.
Which means the plant has to be up top. Or no, we can't match the
Oh.
plant.
Let's see
Just
what we
work
can
right backward, because there's one. Yeah, I like going to one end. Nom 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 nom.
Alright. And it's the plate here. So now that we've done it once, we can keep spinning.
Oh, they don't have to stay lined up. Okay.
Yeah, that's something I truly never understood. Like, I did it on hard mode and I got them all to line up.
I thought you meant that you had them all in a straight line, but we were still supposed to have them like connected.
Yeah, connect top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom.
I think that's about all the ones we can work with.
So according to the weather outside,
Right.
Armageddon's here, so that's nice.
Ooh,
Crazy thunderstorm out there.
that sounds great.
Gosh dang. Saves me from having to finish my syllabus, am I right?
Oh dear.
Too bad we got a straggler here. No loss, we can do it without him. You get 2
Yeah.
advantage. It's going to impede your ability to do your job.
That's rubbish.
Alright,
a little
so now let's go
tadpoles.
back. Here's our timeline of all the Johnnies.
All the Johnny's timeline, it's done.
It's definitely a genre shift.
You left her platypus by the stairs. Is that where you were?
Right.
Yes, you got it.
They're exactly the same.
Origami lets me know she cares.
Alright.
Roadkill.
Let's see
lets
what's
me know
going
she
on.
cares.
There you go.
I didn't do a good job with the scansion and the piece
And
with the
you can
platypus.
tell this is
Yeah.
like the bad news music, so you know that
Yep.
it's not
Yes.
good, right?
You got the bad.
Ah, such good music. Ah. Here's Johnny.
Oh
go to the moon and carry me home.
Just keeps going. Y'all are too good at this.
So this is the exact first conversation, right, from when we started Act 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just gonna freak him out and be like, okay, fun fact, you're in the Matrix, let's go!
Right? I mean, that's what we did last time too, right? Freeze him too.
Yeah. But, guys, how would you feel if you're going about your life and this happened to you? I said, is it a prank I've wanted to play on people like at Ren fairs and stuff like that? At cons, you know, that'd be fun.
Oh, I haven't eaten any of my cookies yet.
I ate mine, but I brought a napkin because they're kind of buttery, and I didn't want to get butter on my computer.
All right. So we have problems.
Andrew, you're fired. How dare you?
I had to look up the name of that song recently because it was that was a song my cousin listened to, and he was at our house a lot, and so I only know it kind of by osmosis.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm I don't actually know I had to look up who it was by and what it was called because
I like that we start subtle, right? Here's just a moon poster. Maybe we'll just get him thinking about the moon at an early age.
Yeah, that wasn't what they said they were playing. She's like, alright, whatever. Ooh, got some lightning outside.
Ooh. Have fun, stay safe.
I
need to peace out and go to bed. I can't stop yawning, so I need to go.
It's good to see you for a bit.
Yay!
Hi, Karen.
Sleep tight.
Do you have a basement if the storm gets really bad, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna move Sarah up, so we're all 4 in a row, and then keep going here.
Oh, those are so good. Such a good recipe.
So what did happen to Neil, everybody? He's gone now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Doing stuff.
Excuse me. All right.
Bless you. He's imaginary, and it was only made up so she doesn't have to talk to guys.
Right.
That's what Neils are for, right?
Oh, man. Juliana's not here to defend herself.
To the moon, darling. Oh, Henry.
I'm way too tired and hungry
voice
to watch
acting.
movies. Guess I should go see if anything's changed with John.
And so I love, because it's tapped into her brain. So she's like, yeah, I'll just construct a movie. Oh, to the moon. There you go, Henry.
To infinity
my
and
darling.
beyond.
God, imagine being tapped into a computer in that way, and you don't mean to, but you're super sleepy, and you just lose focus, and you're like, yeah, that's something I'll make.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right.
hashtag art.
Here's one earlier.
I bet that's how the architects of McMansions worked. That'll work. A lawyer for you. That'll work.
Mm-hmm. It's starting. Let's go.
Wait, I don't remember that happening. Something must have changed. We have succeeded.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey.
What did change?
Sports ball.
Sports ball. It's still rectangles.
It is still rectangle, so he doesn't love sports.
Mm-mm.
I legitimately would not have noticed that if they hadn't pointed that out.
You're like, yeah, it's fine.
May I have your attention, please? Here's Neil.
I'm a grievous disappointment.
Representative from NASA visits. That's
The mysterious music. Or
Because he's
the
being
mischievous
sneaky.
music.
Yeah, he's being sneaky.
Hit it, Timmy.
Timmy. So beautiful. Ah,
Wow, that was
beautiful.
terrible.
Thank you, John Cage. Beautiful. Laying on a little thick there.
Right.
He doesn't want to go to Venus, man. He doesn't want to go to Saturn.
Backside
Perhaps
of the
just
moon.
chilling.
On the moon's butt.
But I don't want to go to the moon. Failure. Wait, what? Why not?
It's like, Legitimately slaps so hard.
Here on Earth as it is. Well, don't you want to go there even a little bit?
Nah. Well, you're no fun.
I
In
love
a hierarchy.
Right? The hierarchy is amazing.
We're really excited about the moon people.
Yes, have you considered
This
the
is
moon?
the same gimmick they use with Sarah and Tommy at the beginning of the game, but because they only do it twice, it works in both spaces, and I love it.
Yeah.
Got a little laddie tuba-ish thing going on.
People go to the moon and get rich and famous.
Really?
NASA welcomes any of you, especially if you're a brunette.
Not
That's
blondes.
funny.
Get out of here, Nicholas.
Right?
That's really funny.
I love how desperate he is to, like, just get this done.
Mm-hmm.
That's in space. BRB.
Spoilers, it did not work. Utter failure.
Utter failure. Well, because we're only in Act 2, you fool.
Right?
If you could see the framing devices, you'd know it's not going to work yet, no matter what you do.
This is the act where you have to fail at everything. That's how Act 2 works.
Right.
And then there's like, you got to have some like, you know, ensemble pieces where everybody's singing their own line at the same time.
The Lunar Trip Lottery!
It's not going to work, Dr. Neil Watts.
No, we're trying every memory now.
Yes, we diagnosed her the
NASA
moon.
has excellent healthcare plans.
It probably does.
There it is, free funny rides in space.
Yes!
Oh, look,
The
a
best
line
line.
for you.
Yeah, Rodney and I just shout that line at each other.
That's where you should
Often.
go for the honeymoon.
Honey. Also, I have a friend who, whenever I'm being ridiculous, she just goes like, Dr. Hambleton! And I'm like, thank you. And that's how I feel about Dr. Watts right now. Dr. Watts, what are you doing?
I have a friend from undergrad that every time we talk on the phone, he goes, "The Dr. Dana."
You're the Dr. Dana.
He beat me to the title first, though. He's an ER doctor.
Oh, nice.
Cucumber.
This is not working.
This is ridiculous. Freaking professionals.
Freaking
Rosaline.
professionals.
Come on, Dr. Rosaline.
Felt cute. Come on.
The Dr. Dana? Yes.
Come on
I
now.
highly approve of that.
You don't
A+.
have to start doing that now too.
I think we do, though.
We do.
You did go to the Ohio State University. It's only
That's why people are
I
annoying
know.
about it. That's why Steve Reale is annoying about it.
To be fair, it was annoying of OSU to do that. Are they really going to call
The
themselves
OSU.
OSU?
Only the football people, y'all. Like nobody else does it.
Oh,
Not a
oh,
thing.
that's.
It's a thing
I don't
for me.
think
Every
you
time
do.
I introduce Dana anywhere, I do it.
Annoying.
I think it's galling that like university administration did it because they didn't change like their initials to TOSU. That's dumb.
Indeed, the OSU. Again, I'm so West Coast. I always think of Oregon State University first. And I'm like, wait, Ohio?
Yeah.
Thinks about Ohio.
Nobody.
Well, now we have this problem. What are we gonna do?
How do we get Johnny to even want to go to the moon? Can't kidnap him. That'd be silly.
Do they kidnap him?
We can zoom in on those pixels.
Yeah, they get a bit blurry that close up.
Enhance.
Ken Guy does figure out later that he should just that is the purpose of the other kind of portrait art. I don't like how his life partner and his mom float across the screen during that.
Yeah.
Right.
Lowercase t. That doesn't bother me as much, Andrew. I feel like the lowercase works. It's the football thing, because it's like the football players all say it on the footballs when they do the college footballs.
Extreme close up.
Which is where it comes from.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to share WPI is affectionately called Whoopee sometimes.
I like that.
That's just cute.
The best university abbreviation, though, is for sure Ooey Pooey. Right?
I apologize. Which one's that?
Yeah.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why they shorten it. A lot.
Ooey Pooey's the best one.
Ooey. My goodness.
So where did you get your degree? Oh, I got it from Ooey Booey.
Right.
Yeah, that's...
My alma mater just has too many C's in it. The college, because it was the College of Music merged with the Conservatory of Music to become the College Conservatory of Music, and then they became a part of the University of Cincinnati, and so UCCCM, and that's just too many.
It is too many C's.
That's too many. I appreciate University of California at Santa Barbara. There's an app for each of those cities after, but they just drop that. They're like, don't worry about it.
Or like all the SUNYs, right?
Yeah, all the SUNYs and CUNYs.
They're just like, okay, name, do the abbreviation and then which one you were at. That's a lot easier for people.
Yeah.
I couldn't make any progress.
Oh yes, what movie was that? The South Harmon Institute of Technology. I remember that movie, but I can't remember the name of it. Oh, that's terrible. I'm not a movie person.
Alright, let's go to the kitchen.
Remember where the kitchen is?
Yeah, it's downstairs.
Come in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know. Accepted.
Yeah.
And I love replaying this game, and I recognize so much of this is the stock assets of RPG Maker, but it's used so well. It looks so nice.
It does look really
nice. You've actually done things with RPG Maker.
I have done lots of things with RPG Maker.
Yeah.
Why again is this information not made available to us or the medical doctor for that matter?
Important plot points.
Coffee is the
Dr. Rosalind, I think, is on point here of where did you get that coffee?
Right.
That is the most important question right now.
Yeah.
Temporarily unshed.
Found the rabbit in the lighthouse last night. There's a bunch more in there in the basement too.
and the coffee.
Here's some sheen.
I want coffee.
Right now?
I mean, right now I'd rather have a drink, actually.
Not right now. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I buy decaf specifically so when I feel like coffee at this time of night.
We've got some decaf, and that is the only reason it is ever made, yes.
And I have done research on decaf that doesn't suck, because that's a difficult category to do well. But I follow Morgan Drinks Coffee on YouTube.
Let's see if Lily has the answers.
And they always steer me right.
And Lily, hello.
They even steered me right on instant coffee. Apparently instant coffee's getting, like, better. Because they're figuring out new methods for, like, the crystallization process. It's very interesting, if you're into such things.
I could go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'll just send you some vids. I like Morgan. Morgan is delightful. Post delicious recipes. I don't have an espresso maker, so I, most of the time I'm just like, that looks good. I want to make it.
You could maybe get away with, like, an AeroPress.
I have like a French press.
AeroPress and French press are.
Hello, buddy. Hello.
Kitty!
Kitty. He made the mistake of walking into the room, so now he's getting snuggled.
Probably make something with no use. This one's tough, right? Now that it...
Yeah.
Though my kids are old enough now, like, of old age is a legitimate death reason now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Tommy and Sarah here are a little bit younger yet, but I don't know at what age, like, would I want to make something up necessarily or not give all the details, right?
Right.
I was talking about stuff with Amelia the other night, and I was like, I will never lie to you. I might tell you some things you can't know yet. Like, I'm not going to tell you yet, but I'm never going to tell you a lie.
Right.
I think that's important.
But I might say, you know, I don't think you're ready for this.
Maybe you just go back up, or you go outside?
I forget whether you have to go outside or to the basement or back up. Let's go, or check on Neil.
Well, we're just in the kitchen with Neil.
Yeah, let's see what she has to say. Yeah, we'll check in on Neil after
I
that
think we go
conversation.
outside.
And then we go outside, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's still on the phone, right?
I hate to be a jerk,
Yeah.
but what if they had built a smaller house and paid for medical stuff?
It seemed very all or nothing, so
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine that there is like some kind of base
Here we go.
huge
Yeah,
cost
medical
to building a
records.
house, no matter the size.
Hidden medical records. He had a thing happen in his childhood that
Yeah,
removed
he had a
his
medical issue that
memories.
caused his memories to be removed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
So I remember the first like couple times I played this, I was always so annoyed that like I'm like wandering around this house. I'm like, what? How do I progress the story? What do I do? Can't go. Like, what the hell, man? And I'm like, no, that makes so much sense. It's like actually really good meta, because normally there's such good signposting, like you know what to do. And in this place, like you're supposed to be like, we're just confused. Like, what is happening? Neil's on
Right.
the phone. Like, what
Right.
do? Like you're supposed to wander around and just be like, oh. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's really nice when the game mechanic reinforces like that, what you're supposed to be feeling in that way.
yeah.
Like a formal
it's
resonance.
not bad design, it's very good design. And probably a very like difficult like threading of the needle to perform, right? I imagine like it could easily be bad game design if not handled right. This is gonna take me a million years to cut around this lace, but it's gonna be worth it.
Alright, we'll go out now. It smells. Oh yeah, the roadkill squirrel.
Squirrel.
And she's like, yes, good job.
No,
When
this
I
is
was
it
a
though.
child,
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I
We
grew
have to
up-
put all the pieces together here. Hold on.
who did he see die?
The last memory one we were stuck at.
Sounds
It's
like
the
road-
same smell. Smells like dead
Hmm?
things.
Oh, I just remembered.
Hmm.
I just remembered what
Somebody
happened.
die?
Yep. I remember.
Okay, I haven't. This is. I looked up no spoilers.
I mean, John is dying.
I mean, I yes, but
We knew
I'm-
that.
Right.
So the roadkill is going to be our way to get back there. But who did he see die?
Well, we'll answer that question in a minute.
We got Spam, and Julian's not here to mod.
Ah,
Who else
shoot.
is allowed to be a mod?
I just never remember how to do it.
I can stop playing and do it if Dana can't figure it out.
It's
Oh,
not
well.
particularly offensive. It's just annoying.
Mhm.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Like, okay, it's not pin this message.
Oh, what's Lily gonna tell us?
I have a pair of gloves you can borrow.
Oh, that's actually very nice.
Thanks, Lily. I'm the designated
I'm not
dead
understanding.
creature.
They
Get
aren't really
rid of it.
disposable, but that's probably gonna change after this.
Oh, it's there, isn't it? Okay.
When I was a kid, I grew up out in the country, and I spent a summer watching a raccoon decompose in the backyard.
There we go. I banned them. You have to click on their username, not the message.
Yep.
That's the part I never remember.
All right, let's walk out here.
What a gift it is to us that we so rarely have to do real moderation.
Right.
Deja vu.
So we could be like
We got birds with no music.
big timers. And we have
I'll
like
go
a
get
team
Coral.
of people. That's good enough.
All right.
Look, I cut out one piece of lace. It's a fern.
UTS.
Nice.
I cut all the mesh around it. And I'm not going to go like too crazy, like getting into every little... but I think that's going to help as I based it onto some things.
I have to go pee. Runs out of the house. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the bird sounds.
Contained roadkill odor.
Would you just take like his tail or something? Stick it in the water bottle?
Yeah, don't know. Ew, though.
I just kind of like waft it and then shoop.
I feel like they would have to put some a valved container is that just like a water bottle of some sort with a valve on it?
Like with a screw-on cap? I don't know.
I don't know. Or like one of the sporty ones where you can squeeze and go poof poof poof. Oh, you're not suspicious at all, my friend. Oh, it's his Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. Go feed my Tamagotchi.
So he's lied to both characters now, in case it's not obvious.
He's neither peeing nor feeding a Tamagotchi at this moment.
Correct.
I mean, are you sure?
He could be peeing his pants.
You think this huge mansion has no bathroom, right? Like,
No, there's a ghost that lives in the toilet and wants a piece of paper. Just sticks his hand out, wants a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's why they can't use the potty.
Yeah, it's a Nintendo game.
Johnny's condition is deteriorating quickly. This might be your last chance.
Smelled the dead thing. It is a very specific smell, though.
Yep.
Act
There's Act
3.
3.
Now we have a solution.
Yep. I want this to be replaced with the Law and Order sound. Bump bump. That'd be amazing.
All right. Back through the
Let's
soccer
roll.
ball, which you'll recall was the last warp.
For some reason, I heard that as sacre ball, like a sacred ball.
Sacre ball.
Sacre ball. I just want to kick it to the moon.
That's right.
Wait.
Here we go.
Yeah, this lace has to get dyed, and I have fabric paint. I'm actually gonna paint it instead of just dye it. And then I have a bunch of colorful appliques that I bought on Etsy. The dress was in girl math free.
So here's a question for you to ponder. If our assumption is correct that John, as a kid, was given a lot of drugs so that he'd forget a memory, what types of memories cause a parent to do that?
Dramatic ones.
Accidentally killing a sibling.
Yep.
Like things that you don't think they were responsible for and wouldn't want them to remember. Also, if he if he has that smell, whatever's dead has been dead for a little while.
Yeah, like you found them, maybe.
Yeah, like it's not
if
like
you weren't responsible, you found them.
Yeah. But it's not like an instant thing.
Get out of his memory now. The system doesn't restabilize soon. The shock might permanently damage whoever's in here. I can't, Neil.
Also, I'm the player character.
There won't be enough time to redo all we've done before Johnny.
She's gonna martyr herself for one man who's dying.
Rosalie, you're not gonna get paid enough for that.
Don't be
if you're
a
gone, they're probably
fool
cleaning up
with
the
your
Alistair.
life.
Do you know how badly he smells? Worse than the roadkill. This is what I get for helping you cheat through the entrance exams. I like that these two are like with each other no matter what happens.
They are each other's ride or die, whether or not they like it.
Guess what, your character sucks.
Mine doesn't.
At the last Christmas party, you. Oh.
There's a mini-sode about that Christmas party, just FYI. You can find out what happens at the Christmas party.
You know I didn't mean to call you a moron, right? You know that I did, right?
That's great.
We were all upset, we said some things. Yeah, I meant them.
Here goes nothing. Alright, here's the soccer ball. I love a good carrot cake.
Nothing bad with that. Yeah, carrot cake can be good. I have had bad carrot cake. It can be real bad. It can be so good, though.
It can be so good.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Alright, now we're across that last barrier now, right?
The gloom.
It used to be a very popular wedding cake flavor. Carrot cake. And then it got less popular, and more like true white cakes got popular.
So what's odd about Johnny's room beforehand? How many of you are paying real close attention?
I'm not, because I'm cutting out lace.
This is my probably 8th or 9th time through the game, so that's cheating.
Yeah.
Never mind, I just hope I'm wrong. She's not wrong.
Was there like a bunk bed or 2 beds? I can't remember.
We've got to take them there one day. Sarah was right.
To the moon, right? To the moon, right? Let's go to the moon. I'm just walking through the car.
Sheesh, the time overlap's getting out of hand. Look at how many of them there are. It's like a zoo.
Yeah.
The
ball's moving around on its own and he's just chasing it.
Because that animation is hard.
All thanks to this little fella's sacrifice. I hope.
Yeah. Just that guy. Nothing else.
Do they run into the street and get... Oh my gosh.
I forget where we have to go, Elizabeth.
Me too. Just talk to everyone.
Yeah.
That's good video game policy.
Yeah. I mean, have you talked to both iterations of the mom, or you talked to all the iterations
The ball's
of
gone now.
kid? Oh.
Yep, and there's
Dun,
the
dun.
squirrel, and this is the end as far down as we can go. What happens to the right?
Mhm.
There we go. Oh geez, look at the time. I better get going. The store closes early today. Take care, Martha. Say hello to the boys for me. I will. I'll see you around. Well, this is the end of the road. And you were saying? Never mind that. Maybe I was wrong after all.
I don't see the kid and they hit him.
The only thing that exists in this memory that could do such a thing would be...
Notice how it's sped up.
Yeah, the heartbeat.
Yep, the heart rate.
Mhm.
Shut up and come.
Simple but very effective.
Mm-hmm. It's the oh shit moment coined by Julian Grasso, 2018 San Antonio.
You know what?
Yeah.
Of course, Johnny is not unconscious.
Right.
Shh. Mm-hmm.
And the mom calls him the wrong name.
Mm-hmm.
Slowing, quieting heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Entire heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say received a note.
This is one of my great fears. Especially with how big cars are getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see anybody past.
The cars have all those sensors and cameras now. That really, really helps.
That's true. Kids are just so good at just darting so fast, though.
Yeah.
I had two
Just
kids,
running
like a
into
kid
the street.
come out from between a parked car. I was just driving down Cincinnati. There were cars parked, and he just ran into the street in front of a parked car. And I slammed on the brakes, and everybody was fine, but it was just absolutely terrifying because there was no way to predict it.
Yeah.
Animorphs.
Yep.
Yeah, I got like, I got startled by an old man like coming between parked cars, and he saw me and like, you know,
Yerks.
yeah. I was like, if it's a kid who like doesn't know any better, like, oh, that could have been bad.
Oh, it scared me so bad.
My entire soul.
The parents have to pay.
Aha! You just figured it out. Yeah, so Animorphs was like Joey's series.
Too loud.
By your reasoning, she'll just give me another one.
God, it's gonna be mean.
This is wildly unrealistic kid dialogue. Who owns what is extremely important.
Right.
To the utmost essence.
Let's go confuse the neighbors, though, is absolutely normal twin behavior.
Bang on, yes.
In the rain? Yes, in the rain. Come on.
Yes.
It'll be more confusing that way.
And going outside in
Let's
the
go.
rain is absolutely little boy behavior, too.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
I'll say little kid, because my kids like it too.
Yeah.
And then we have fights about who owns which umbrella.
Mm.
So,
Because that matters.
almost every piece is now in place, right? I mean,
Very,
everything
very
is
young
sad,
childhood.
but we still have one piece of the puzzle missing.
Why the moon?
Yep.
Why the moon, and why one other thing?
I like this track.
Very jaunty.
It is.
This is the Ferris wheel one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We should be able to finish this one tonight, so then I'll have to ask which track was your wedding one, because you mentioned it was a spoiler.
Oh, I
Elizabeth.
sent it to you in a. I sent
You
it
did?
to you in a Discord whisper. Or
Oh,
not
Discord.
a Twitch. No, sorry.
Wait, you
Twitch.
did?
A Twitch whisper.
A Twisper?
Whatever the DM is called.
Well, now I
They have a
have to
cute
go
name
look.
for it.
I have to go look, 'cause that's cool. Oh.
Yeah. Well, because when you were asking me about about the track, I don't think we had established that Anya was the lighthouse yet, and now we have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Anya by the sea.
Surprised I didn't notice that popping up last week.
Okay,
Too
hold on.
intensely paying attention.
I'm gonna play whack-a-mole.
Aw, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I love whack-a-mole. I also really like skee-ball.
I'm getting good at skee-ball. Because there's a
Yeah.
barcade in town, and I go like once every like 2 months with friends, but I go enough that I'm practicing and getting good.
We have a shuffleboard bar here in Cleveland, and I had part of my bachelorette party there, and it was awesome.
That's awesome.
My bachelorette party was just a weekend-long slumber party at my house, and then we went out on Saturday, and we went to the shuffleboard bar, and then we got tacos. And then we came home, and we watched movies, and we played video games, and we sat in the hot tub.
So I feel that's pretty good. Not
You only
need to
missed
replay
one.
that.
You had a couple
Job.
false positives, but you know, your new record.
I will let you know right now there's no achievement for that.
No, there's not.
Personal satisfaction.
Yeah, there's
Lawyer
that.
and a
Feeling
doctor.
awesome.
Bye. Hey, where's my tip? I love that.
Right.
I like warm rain in the summer, but cold rain in the winter is worse than snow because one, it can turn to ice, and two, you can't stay dry, and then you're just cold and wet.
Yeah.
Agreed on all fronts.
That's the thing with Seattle winters. Yeah, it doesn't freeze much, it doesn't snow much, but it's like 35 and raining.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. That's
Which
the
is
worst
pretty
winter
bad.
weather.
Yeah.
Snowing is at least like
It's
aesthetically
pretty.
pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we need one more link to keep moving.
My husband is a water engineer though, and we one year for his birthday I got him a weather station that's out in our backyard, like on a metal pole, and it records all sorts of, weather data, and so he exports that to a spreadsheet, and he feels very strongly about rain. He knows a lot about the rain in our specific area.
That's very
Yeah, I love it a lot.
All right. Here now we have our 3 bars.
Sarah, all of the Friday night dinner crew is like excited for you guys to come up to a Friday night dinner after you made that spreadsheet.
Yes.
So I hosted a Friday night dinner, which I used to do. Joe and I used to do every single week, or like early on in dating. It's like one of the things that solidified that we were probably going to get married.
Here's an interesting one. Look, John does not like the pickled olives.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Joey
are sour,
does.
Nikki, I presume.
And Joey's all about them.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we hosted because after the really bad storms and the 4 tornadoes that touched down in Ohio last week, pretty much 75% of my hometown had lost power. And so a lot of them didn't have power, or if they had power again, they had to throw out all their food, and like the grocery stores weren't getting restocked very quickly. So we didn't lose power where we were, so I just had everybody over. Had like 13 people over, and we spent most of the night. The other Ryan, my local Ryan, started the topic of conversation. Okay, so like a Lord of the Rings movie where Ian McKellen's Gandalf is the only human. Let's cast it. And so we were like, it was a heated conversation. And then I clued in Sarah and some folks on a group thread, and Sarah was like recording it and started a spreadsheet. And then I took a screenshot and like sent it to them, and they were
I
like,
still have
"Oh
it.
my
We could
God."
update it as needed. I asked if Tim Curry counted as a Muppet, and Dana said she'd allow it.
I said, yeah, I think I might allow it. I don't know if the rest of them agree with me on that, though.
Oh, well,
There's
now
another memory in
we
this
need to make
area,
like a
Brian.
database
It's
and like
there.
we can fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we share it and then we all start fighting about it.
Love it. I love Ben. I have to tell you that these are 2 of my husband's great loves: Lord of the Rings and the Muppets.
Yeah.
And when I brought this up with him, he was stoked.
Yeah.
So here's John.
Okay.
And you notice the music has stopped here.
Speaking of which, to the Friday night dinner thread, it's a meme, and it says Tolkien comes back and says it's pronounced Jandalf, but then promptly dies again.
Oh no.
Way to follow mom's orders, huh?
You're crossing the log. You went an inch further than the
God.
playground.
Right?
Also extremely typical kid behavior.
Yeah.
Also,
'cause-
what if, follow me here,
It is.
instead of Lord of the Rings, Gandalf is human, what if only Gollum is the only... It's just Andy Serkis.
But Andy Serkis could be everyone. Like, there's literally an audiobook of The Lord of the Rings that is Andy Serkis doing everybody. So that's kind of cheating.
Yeah.
I think, follow me here, Andy Serkis does everybody. Okay,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
beautiful scene.
Ryan said maybe 15, 20 years ago, I think Tim Curry would be a great voice of Sauron.
We gotta focus in here on the
Nice.
game for a minute.
Yep.
Is this where the lighthouse is eventually, or is this a different place?
It's a different place,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
really
Because it's got a
pretty.
similar,
Definitely
like,
view.
It does have
geographical
a
shape.
similar vibe.
Yeah,
I just
no,
wanted to
it's
make
it's
sure.
place.
He wandered off the trail,
It's a
found a
fun
cool
place.
place. Let's face it, he could have also been eaten by a pack of tigers.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
At this time of
Highly
year, in
likely.
this latitude,
The Northern Lights.
the Aurora Borealis.
Bean pans.
Anyone catch the Perseid meteor shower?
No, we missed it here.
Was it like yesterday?
It was like a 2-week long thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one night I was out with friends at like a lake cabin and we just stargazed. It was gorgeous.
This is an extremely heartwarming story. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
We're
'cause
very-
we get a moment with the doctors as well, right? Which is fun.
Yeah, this is extremely heartwarming.
Johnny's just doing his thing, watching the sky.
We did have the Path of Totality for the eclipse. That was pretty cool.
That was
And
absolutely.
Sarah took amazing pictures.
Yeah, she did.
I didn't even
I-
bother to like try because I knew you would.
All
And you
these
did.
nice
you did not
memories,
disappoint.
lost and never found. Here we go.
Yeah.
Who knows how many more like it?
Those are good cricket sounds.
It's a really good use of silence here, because even we got like the heartwarming music.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now
With
we're just
strings.
Oh, something stirred.
Yep.
I really like this scene. The acoustic guitar is great here too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of really effective timbral stuff going on.
Cello.
Right, like we
everything
associate like the acoustic
warm.
guitar and the cello with romance and with warmth.
And then the harmony slowly expands. Oh, it's so good.
The flutes come in.
The art style shifts here for the only time.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! It's sampled pits,
Yes.
but I still like
Yes, I
it.
did know. Mm-hmm.
Pit samples actually were good before like bowed strings were.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The sound envelope would be more discreet. Probably.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's a secret.
Because the other thing with like a pits versus like a bowing is that like with bowed instruments, you know, we have more variability in terms of like vibrato and stuff on a longer note, whereas with a shorter note, like it being sort of the same doesn't stand out as much to a string player.
I love everyone everywhere is named John.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Also,
one.
that's literally a word
Or
for
two.
bathroom, so
Right.
Mhm.
that should make people want to go to the washroom.
Oh, we're back
What's
to
wrong
the
with having a
guitar.
name that everyone has? It's boring, I guess. What's the point?
Yeah. I think Joe was one of like 4 or 5 in his grade named Joseph. And they each had to take like different nicknames to differentiate them.
It is giving Sora and Kairi in Kingdom Hearts vibes. Yes, felt cute.
Hmm. That seems unlikely.
Right?
Yeah.
Kangaroos.
Platypi.
Mm-hmm. England.
Yep.
Cute.
The biggest, bestest constellation. And Dunzos. In the sky.
It's big.
Oh, on the moon. It's not a man in the moon, it's a rabbit.
There are many cultures that say that.
This exact wording is important.
Tell me what you see. It's a Beatles song.
It's the second time, from our perspective, River has said it to John.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he can answer it because he's whole.
And River has kept asking him, and he's never been able to answer. He's like, what are you talking about? I don't
Right.
see it.
Moon is
He lost memory.
And he sees it.
I've always been convinced that before they made Bioshock Infinite, the developers had to have played this.
Mm-hmm. Well, when did Infinite come out?
2013.
Yeah, and this came out 2012, 2013?
Is it the same time? I thought it was earlier.
I thought you said it was 2011.
It is 2011.
I'm gonna Google it.
Google.
Oh, Sarah, we cited your
2011.
dissertation on Tuesday. I forgot to tell you that.
That's so exciting!
There was a sea shanty type thing, and I talked about your Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah.
And we linked it. Because we were Folkwise allows links in their chat like we do. So I was
exciting.
linking everybody that I mentioned.
Yeah,
There was a lot of
highlight.
Pete Smucker based on what we were talking about, but
Because one day I'm going to befriend one of them.
Which is why the lighthouse is named.
so if you see an uptick in downloads, that's why.
I will be. The fact that I just feel so like so happy.
I remember the
Here's
conference
the other
paper you
thing.
gave that was like Mythbusters, and that was like one
Yes.
of my favorite Nakvigum things.
Keeping in mind that this set of memories gets removed from John, what's in the bag,
Mm-hmm.
right? What'd he get instead of the train? You can know in advance, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The platypus toy.
It's the platypus.
Sweet.
Got a thing. I don't know what it is. Look at it, stupid. That's what he says.
Kind of a weird duck beaver.
Mhm.
That's exactly what Josephine would say if I showed her a platypus. My favorite was, so we gave her Breath of the Wild, because that way she won't mess up my Tears of the Kingdom save, and I've already beaten Breath of the Wild. And she saw Hestu for the first time and went, "That's a fun broccoli."
Amazing.
You are not wrong, kid.
That's adorable.
Broccoli. Or cauliflower. As you go watch this part, go watch this part. So they were supposed to meet again the next year.
And he didn't remember.
Yeah.
Right.
forget or get lost. Both of those things happen in a way.
Right, then we
And
can always regroup on the moon.
That's why the moon. Oh, the goosebumps.
My soul. Maybe Timmy. My entire heart is just exiting my body right now. Don't mind me.
No. It's chill-inducing. Tell me you didn't see that coming. Inspiration childhood dream story. I mean, kind of.
Sweet girl would come.
Jesus.
Thank you, Anthony Dennis. It was nice to have some of our friends. That was a really fun stream. When Kathleen asked us to do that presentation, like a big motivator for me was kind of getting to work with and know some of the Folkwise people, because I love folklore as a field. OSU had a pretty well-known program for it, which Daisy is participating in.
So now the doctors are against each other.
Mm-hmm.
We figured it out. What
Rosalind's like, I'm gonna do my job.
So is she So the to the moon is to restore his memories of his brother?
Yes, and
Is
of
that-
her. And
Yes.
she tries to give him the rabbit to try and jog his memory. She tries her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Because she remembers and he doesn't. Does she know why he doesn't remember?
No, she never figures it out.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for you, you artificially generated bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what's the morality of manipulating somebody's memories with this machine in the first place?
Right.
Yeah, well, I know you know that.
Never get involved in a land war in Asia.
The only way for that to happen is if Johnny's motivated to do so. Right.
Yeah. Rosalind's like, this is why we're here. We're here on a job. We're here on a contract. This is our task.
The reason why he even wants to go to the moon in the first place is because she died.
Mm-hmm. You know it's serious when they aren't using cute things like potatoes and cucumbers.
Right.
Like they're swearing. They're cussing. They're freaking late, Data. Ryan, get good.
Right? Ah.
That was a long hallway.
Yeah, it felt cute. That's a good example of more of like a conference paper style stream where like we don't go in totally cold. And originally, I think I had the expectation that that would be like something we did most weeks. But I actually prefer what this is morphed into. I prefer the space that we do here, but
I like a mixture. Sometimes we still prepare.
yeah, we do. And we do sometimes for the streams here, like when Andrew came on and we did Maniac Mansion and I did transcriptions. Like there are weeks where we do that kind of thing. And there are weeks where I like listen ahead to something and take notes on it. So I'm not going in totally cold, and that's kind of what I did for this one. I woke up Tuesday and just had the soundtrack on all day and like pulled a couple sources and took some notes.
There's also the games on
this
on the
is actually
screen.
easier if I keyboard it.
Like I think of times where it's like it's interesting to see interpretations at different levels of knowledge. So like when we did Hades and Julianne
I've never played it.
You'd never played it.
Yeah, Julianne's played it a lot.
Julianne's played it a lot, but not Hades 2.
Right.
And so there were like different levels, and then for like, oh sorry, I'm getting really distracted by the zombie buzz.
Yeah, hold on. I need to do with keyboard. The joypad controls are awful for this.
Zombivas.
Yes, that's what he said. They're, but like Stardew Valley, I had no experience with, and so that was on the other end of the things. It's interesting to see how things communicate for people who have prior knowledge, and how they communicate to people who have only perhaps generic or stylistic familiarity with a thing.
That's why everybody liked watching me get mad at Ocarina of Time. Because like the whole N64 era, my brother and I couldn't afford to keep up with consoles anymore, and we switched to PC gaming because then we didn't have to keep buying a new thing every 3 years. So I missed basically everything until I met Joe. And then I like played a Wii U, and I, have now gotten to play a lot of different consoles because he has all of them. But he even like did that as an adult. He came back and collected systems.
What else? Billions of lighthouses stuck at the far end of the sky. Now the whole construct is messed up.
Rabbits everywhere.
Right, River's talking to River here, right?
Oh, you got squished.
Horsed.
Yeah.
Gay horse, bro.
Oh, hey.
Baby ponies.
You know this song.
I like how
So
quickly
creepy
this
here,
becomes a
man.
horror game, right?
Thank you, Felt Cute. We talk about that in our forthcoming
There's
article.
no date or time, Johnny.
About seeing the wheels turn live.
Time, Johnny.
Right? It's not cute anymore. Now it's all creepy.
The phone is ringing. I'm like sweating.
Yeah. I know, it's like,
Hello,
it's so
Hello,
real.
Neil.
Right.
Thanks.
Hello, Neil.
More.
What
It's Evie.
What the hell, bro?
It's here. Listen, whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know about Ryan and some of the other streamy folks, but I feel like the prepared stuff that we've done for, like a MagFest or VGM Together or Serious Play or any of those, that's akin to what we do at a conference.
It is. It feels like a conference paper we give together.
Yeah, the
right?
type of presentation we do is very similar. We try to have like our own sections that each have coherence, maybe a thesis. So like for you all, that's like, yeah, we do that. And I think it's good to do it every so often for the non-ivory towers. To just be like, oh, that's cool that you do the thing. But we realized pretty early on, actually, that that seeing that like generative phase of like just like observation and not having polish, where you're just very early stages of analysis and it's very iterative because we're like building on each other, that was something special, and that was something that we ended up talking quite a bit about in our article, because we realized like that's actually valuable, extremely valuable.
Here we
So
go.
did everyone see what just happened? River has quite literally been removed. Like a person
she
came
just
and
walked
just got
back.
her.
Right.
Mhm.
What'd you do to her? I feel like she's merely going elsewhere.
Anthony, I totally get it. I have like zero capacity. I have no knowledge of what normal people know.
No, same.
No idea.
It's one thing to disable my controls to feed me some olives, but this is way out of line.
Yeah.
Sorry, this just won't go anywhere if you keep on resetting the memory. At this point, this is the only way. Trust me. There's just one last thing she needs to do. There's nothing to
default
visualize the door. Right?
But yeah, I would imagine that most of the folks that are regular friends here would probably agree that there's something really special about like presenting our unpolished selves as opposed to our most like considered selves in front of each other. Like that vulnerability is really powerful, and like it fosters a lot of creativity and collaboration, and a lot of us have gotten conference paper ideas out of this stream. So it's something that can be very hard to kind of claim in a traditional academic sense. So we have a section about that.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
It really makes visible how much creativity comes from just talking about and thinking about things with colleagues who are also thoughtful.
yeah.
You know? Yeah. And I know that like every time I go to a conference and I get to talk to colleagues like in person, I come home with ideas because, you know, and so this is sort of like making that visible.
So, did you notice what Rosalind has changed is that she kept Johnny alive, or Joey alive.
And lost River.
So Johnny never got to ask out River. He just missed that one chance. He could have done it later, but he didn't because he's silly. But now Johnny and Joey get to have brotherhood together.
Right, saving him doesn't justify it.
But wouldn't he still have gone to the fair and met River at the stars?
It's hard to say with the butterfly effect because like could have
Fair.
taken a totally different route around the fair.
Right.
Fair.
Here's the bit. Just gonna be sobbing over here, don't mind me.
Short steps. Right.
Deep breath. Everything is alright. Chin up. I can't step into the spotlight.
The replacement of in all the scenes is really a lot.
Somehow without any words, I just stood there, searching for an answer. When this world is no more, the moon is all we'll see. I'll ask you to fly away with me until the stars all fall down.
Ava did it.
From the sky, but I don't mind.
I'll point out Nick was the one who kept saying, everything will be alright. Like, calm down, dude. Now we have the song Everything's Alright.
Mm-hmm.
My words always lose their meaning. What I feel, what I say, there's such a rift between them. He said, I can't really seem to read you. I just stood there, never know what I should do. When this world is no more, the moon is all we'll see. I'll ask you to fly away with me until the stars all fall down. They empty from the sky.
He's an author.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Giving his books away to kids, but making the grown-ups pay for them.
Yep.
Everything's all
That's probably how kids think it is.
if you're
You have to pay for stuff?
I absolutely thought that until I was like 7.
You just don't think about it, it just appears.
Like, you can't take it unless someone, like, the adult has to interact with the other adult, so the cashier, so you can't steal. Like, there has to be an adult interaction. He did it. He's an astronaut and his brother's an author. He made it. Just gonna go cry now.
What happened to we always succeed because we're awesome?
Yeah, I think to Andrew's point in the chat here, I always recognized that I'm somebody that is pretty good about being vulnerable with friends, and I never saw the need to not have academic friends. You know, like to put on a veneer where it's like, okay, I have to only be professional, because that didn't feel right for me. And I think one of my greatest strengths is, you know, doing things where I bring people together and having community and making opportunities to connect. I do that locally. I do that at conferences.
You're
It's
here,
just
Dana.
Always been
You're
how
amazing at it.
Mm-hmm.
You're amazing at it, Dana.
I am. Thank you. Yeah, Sarah gave me a really nice pep talk yesterday after tough therapy, and I'll tell you, sometimes it's just nice to have someone say they're proud of you for doing the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I am, and you
You're
are.
like,
and
you don't need the external validation. I'm like, it doesn't mean it doesn't feel good.
Those things aren't mutually exclusive.
Right.
Just because you don't need something. Okay, I'm tearing up now also.
Yeah.
I have to see Zordon on the screen.
Zordon.
Yes. It's not here. Let's just go. Alright. We have to visit every floor in the elevator before we can be done here.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, this is like the therapy feels of coming to terms of like, would you change your childhood because it made you who you are today?
Right.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
And if that's your first time, anybody in the chat hearing Everything's Alright, that song is absolutely from River's perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not here either. Come on, we don't have long left.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well maybe it's on the top floor.
Let's go find out.
Yep. Hope the real NASA has bigger elevators.
Very small in other videos. Yeah,
I
you
think
get
this
4
is also
people.
like stock science fiction assets, by the way, from
It is.
RPG Maker.
I'm,
Like it's
I'm
just
familiar
such
with it.
an excellent use of resources.
I love that in the
Brian's Ludo
credits.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm mom.
Yeah.
Good reason.
As all indie devs should do, KanGao has a very nice and spelled out list of like all the assets he got from community, whether or not he bought them or got them for free.
Cool.
The very top
So-
and bottom of the shuttle's the best part.
I love that
I
documentation.
have to agree.
Oh, how I pity
Hey.
anybody who can't see those particular parts.
Oh, I see. The distinction is you're conference mom and I'm Ludo mom.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm,
Indeed,
mhm,
especially its nose at the top. When maintenance finishes, it probably won't look the same. This is all a joke because the stock asset, you cannot see the top or the bottom of the aircraft, which is very fun.
Yeah.
The top and the bottom are clearly the best parts of this thing. All right. Now
I mean,
we've got...
you can see the top and bottom.
I'm
I don't
never
think
gonna call
KanGao
you
can figure out how to
Zaddy,
like
I'm sorry.
do
No,
camera
that
stuff,
will
which
not
is
be
fine.
Now we have 4 bars here. We can go in this door.
Mhm.
By the way, we're going to run till 11:05 or 11:10, but we will finish tonight. We're very close.
Yeah, there's literally 9 minutes left.
Yeah. Probably not.
I don't know whatever made me
Johnny's
want.
beliefs, after all. A wiki of existing facts tainted by personal fairy tales.
Hmm.
Remember, this is somebody who
That's
can't
Ken Gav
imagine
saying-
a basketball court correctly. So, like, NASA will... It's odd though to hear birds and see none.
Dun dun dun! Sequel! There's spoilers that there's a sequel?
6 seasons in a movie.
I really thought there was a good chance.
Stuff, don't worry about it.
Here's David. He's a mission specialist. At least he got into NASA, I guess. You think he made it to the end? It'd take more than just a few years to become an astronaut.
Yeah, a lot.
I'd hate to miss the finale.
I have a cousin who is doing aerospace.
Are we
I don't
out of
know.
time?
I don't know if he's trying to be an astronaut, but it's a long road no matter what.
I want to highlight that what's going on in the chat with the Ludo community being willing to be vulnerable and show the process and being supportive and being collegial. I don't think that's something that just happened. I think that is something that is the result of choices made by a lot of people who were very important in the founding, including you, Dana,
Thank you.
to deliberately
Yeah.
foster that sense of community. That didn't happen on accident.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you.
I love that she shows up.
I'm sorry. I had a lot of more points, but I'm very distracted by this.
Yeah.
I love that they still find each other in this timeline.
What the fuck? But you deleted her. No, I told you. I
No,
just
told
moved
you, just moved her.
Mm-hmm.
What she does with her life here is still up to her. But this new world is based on public data and Johnny's own beliefs. Since River's data as an individual is not recorded in the public domain, it all comes from Johnny.
We've got the heartbeat in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't serious about Zaddy. There's just a really good interview with Jeff Goldblum where they say that a lot of people on the internet call him Zaddy,
Yes,
and he
yes,
doesn't know
he's
what that is.
Yes, it's amazing.
And he has to they look it up and show him, and he's like, oh, in his like Jeff Goldblummy. It's so good.
Oh, here it is.
I love the rubato.
Yeah, this is another new version of this now.
It has more complexity, but is still two hands.
Yep.
This one was a lot to cut out. Look at that one.
He wrote it himself, apparently. Rather repetitive, if you ask me, though.
It is repetitive.
What's it called?
Beautiful.
To the Moon.
That's the name of the game.
Title drop.
Womp womp.
Roll credits.
It's the whole premise of who would you be without your trauma? Is so.
Ooh. As somebody who had
And I will
recent
note
trauma,
that in
that's
this game
loaded.
and this game only, we get a storybook ending to that question. The other games explore that specific question more deeply and perhaps more painfully by removing the fairy tale of everything would be perfect, because that's not the case in real life.
No.
Yeah.
Though I do like a happy
I'm
ending.
I'm obsessed with this series, and a lot of people call To the Moon put in the cozy game category, and I think that's
know
right
that I
because it
would.
has it has a nice ending, and it's a pleasant visual novel.
Sure.
Right.
But yeah, like the next two and the mini-sodes,
they're much more challenging.
Yeah, they can get grim. Like they're still beautiful. It's beautiful sci-fi. It's beautiful writing. Yeah, this is the most lighthearted.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Things could be beautiful and still tragic or sad or painful.
I will say, if you've not seen the trailer for the second game, it's my favorite game trailer of all time. The announcement trailer that there was going to be a sequel. It starts playing a major scale, and it shows each. You know how we've seen the timeline of Johnny from left to right on the top? It shows us the protagonist to game 2, and scale degree 8 is his heartbeat on the monitor.
Oh my.
And it's only about 12 seconds. That's the whole trailer. And it's perfect.
I don't want to impede on this game, but there was the comment about perfectionism and performance. And I'll note that as somebody who's still an active performer, the reason that I was able to stay in that after doing conservatory, and that very soloistic kind of training you get is because I got so involved with chamber music. So for me, performing is about being entrained with another person in the way that there's a magic that happens when we are making music and connecting. Hey, we're on the same beat. We're in tune with one another, and that I have had this opportunity to play for so many important moments in somebody's life too. So it's I do weddings, but when I do funerals, it's oh my gosh, what a privilege to be a part of someone's life like that.
I like that they put Lily and the doctor in the simulation to watch the rocket take off.
Well, they may as well. It could be a part of quality control too, making sure that whatever they implanted actually happens. If you want to be cynical about it, but also they've worked hard, they want to see. But yeah, I don't think it's an accident that performing for me kind of took the form of that communal spirit, which is also a part of how I kind of live my values in scholarship as well, and the spaces that I try to contribute to.
I probably will just push you off the view again, but the view's worth the odds.
Yeah.
Minimum age for a zaddy.
I love the constant and continuous dunking that these two have with each other.
Feels very realistic for friends.
It's like you and Julianne.
It is a lot like me and Julianne, actually.
I think part of the zaddy, I feel like it needs to have some graying of hair.
Yeah, so
I feel like
it might not be tied to age so much as sort of outward appearance. Yeah, there's that silver foxy element to it.
Exactly. Oh, we got to see the nose and the bottom of the shuttle, the most beautiful parts of a shuttle.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's those parts right there.
This is inspiring music right here for this.
Mhm.
Feels right for like a shuttle launch, doesn't it?
Yes. This piece, I think, is this tomorrow
I think so.
on the soundtrack. It's one of the last 4 or 5 pieces.
Plucky little bass line too. So
Mhm.
gives a little pep in the step.
Yep.
So Idris Elba can't
You're
be
right,
ready.
Andrew. That doesn't fit my theory, and I think he could be. But I don't know if he's old enough yet. I'm not sure.
I love that they high five.
I'm curious if I just do like a search for examples of zaddies. Who
That
comes
was the
up?
emotional part of the end of the movie, and we're like, we gotta talk about zaddies.
Dana always does this to us.
And now the wedding.
Well, you know, it's a
But
heavy
now
game.
Joey's there.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
Tom
agree with
Hardy,
any
correct.
of these. Maybe I'm just getting too old, where I don't see these people as like old.
Idris Elba's too old to play James Bond, old.
But like, so I pulled up a list of like zaddies. Chris Pratt, he doesn't give
Ew.
zaddy
No.
energy to me.
He's the worst Chris.
John Hamm, I think, could be. John
Hamm could.
Yeah. Barack Obama, yeah.
That's the heartbeat.
But like Donald Glover, no, too
No,
young.
he's not old enough. Sorry.
Jason
Hang
Momoa,
on.
like who made this list? Idris Elba is on the
baby.
list.
Don't give us too long. Guys, they're holding hands. Are you
I
guys
know,
seeing this?
it's my favorite part.
Yuck!
Yeah, Tom Hardy, I think also is not right.
Holding hands on the way to the moon.
But also notice like it
Tom
was a
Hardy has no
countdown.
place in this.
It was a countdown beat, but also that could be read as a flat line, right?
It
That's
is,
what
yeah.
I heard it as.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they were in the shuttle, like it's like a very like atonement moment for me, where it has that sort of like trans diegetic, like
Mm-hmm.
it has a bit of
Right.
ambiguity there, where it kind of gets read 2 different ways.
What's that figure of speech where like one is, I don't remember. It's too late. I'll come up with it tomorrow. But like, it's not even ambiguous. It just has 2 simultaneous meanings.
Yeah. No, I
Double
definitely
entendre.
read that as like he passes away in that moment.
Yes.
So Cecily posthumous. What?
Keanu.
Also, this piano version of it rules.
Yeah.
Mhm. So all the community people who like made assets.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah. If anybody wants to, I don't think we will stream, at least certainly not in the near term, the next ones to these. But if you're interested, after this, it's A Bird Story is the next one you need to do. Followed by Finding Paradise. And those 2 are the same story. And then Imposter Factory is the third.
Mm-hmm. And there's like
Big one.
6 mini-sodes. If you look at like the Steam store page, it'll say what order to watch the mini-sodes in, like in between the games.
Yeah. I like that they stick around for the burial, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? I can't believe Johnny just willed the house to Lily.
Wow.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, who else was there to give it to?
Boom.
A bird
Andrew, I was
story is
thinking of
very
a
good.
different one.
Yeah.
Andrew, it's the one where like one meaning is metaphorical and one is physical, and it's like a figure of speech where you use like the same verb in its both metaphorical and literal sense, and I can't think of it.
I had that ringtone as my alarm clock for a hot minute.
Oh wow.
Nice. We're on our way.
It got
patient.
It got annoying.
New patient.
New patient.
Yep.
It's hard to
And literally
pick
the
an
next
existing song as
patient,
a good alarm.
you'll find them in Finding Paradise as the next patient they go visit.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Something's happening. Check.
A
Dunzos.
bird story and Finding Paradise. A bird story is the second client's childhood story.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to follow the scientists and only see it from their perspective, Finding Paradise is next. A Bird Story is the prequel to Finding Paradise. It was released as like a placeholder. We know you're waiting on the big game, but here's a half thing. But it ties in very beautifully. It's absolutely
And it's
worth
like
the time to play.
an hour long tops.
Yeah, it's not long. All of these are absolutely killer though.
And all the minisodes are also like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, they show up as like either DLC or extra content. That you can
Yeah, it's all free DLC. And worth doing. Like, yeah, now I like can't even imagine doing. I can't fathom doing the 3 without the minisodes.
Yep. But we're 12 minutes over. That's our stream for the night. Next
Wow.
week is our last week with Sarah for a while, sadly, because she
I
has
have
to go
to
back
go
and
to
have a
work.
job again.
He's a musician.
But are we doing the Switch version of Pokemon Snap, the new Pokemon Snap?
That was my assumption because I don't have an N64 to hook up.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome.
I won't be able to play then. Was the goal for all of us to be playing?
Well,
I don't know how that game works, so.
probably
no, it's
do
one
have.
person at a time.
Yeah, you could play on the N64 if you wanted.
Well, I'd have to capture card and like do the whole thing. So how about you play?
Well, I think
Do
Julian
whatever you
was
gotta
going to
do.
play too.
Oh, great. Do whatever.
Because I don't think
do
I
whatever.
have 2 hours.
I will
worth of stuff.
react
Yeah,
to somebody that has no
Between the
background.
three of us, we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
new Pokemon Snap on the Switch is the game for next week to close out Sarah's summer with us. Elizabeth,
Yeah,
thank you for
it's
joining
so
us
fun.
for To the Moon.
We're so glad that you were able to be
Thank
here.
you, Elizabeth. I hope the storm
know the
is
game
past
so
and you are
well.
safe.
It has, yeah. It's
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Thanks for having
figure
me.
things out.
Yep, we'll see everybody later. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.